All right. We're going to give it a little 3, 2. Didn't play. It's a real dick move. All right, one more time with feeling. 3, 2, 1. Greetings and welcome to another episode of Questlog, the weekly show about video games old and new. My name is Tyler Everett, and it is episode 35 again. I'm joined by my good friends Brian and Kat Maxwell. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. Questlog, I heard those guys were done. What happened?
That? Pod feeding. Yeah, we're doing that.
Yeah. Feed our pods. Do it.
And Luke Phillips is here again, too. Welcome back, Luke
Hello.
Phillips.
Thank you.
We said you were going to miss a
back.
show, and then we all missed 2 shows because my computer tried to end its own life. But it's back.
What's
I've,
Sudoku?
like a necromancer, I've ripped it back from the Shadowlands and
That's topical.
put all my stuff back in it, and we're doing a show.
We're only about 45 seconds in, so...
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but we could use whatever dark magic you can all conjure, so pull together. We're going to get through this.
Troubles are over. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, damn it, it's good to be back. I missed this. This was fun. And I'm sorry to anyone that tried to tune in to the last few shows that we did.
Sorry, Mike.
And yeah, Mike, Rob, we appreciate you guys. And yeah, hopefully this is all sorted out and nothing will go wrong.
That's going to be fine.
So a lot has happened in the last couple weeks. Luke went to Montana. You all went to Tool to see them in concert.
Mm-hmm.
How has life been? How are things?
Well, Tool was amazing. So it was
Yeah.
my first time and Kat's first time, and that's the best concert I've seen. They were so good.
Oh, it was amazing.
Brian, how did that compare to the other ones you've seen?
Everyone's been its own unique thing. Couldn't see Maynard this time. He was off to the back, kind of a shadow with no spotlight on him.
That's kind of the
But,
point.
That's
That's how he rolls.
It was
Yeah,
a light
that's
show.
the thing.
Like the light show was really impressive, and
Mhm.
like the focus was on that and the music more than the band. It seemed.
Yeah, and I've read that's why they do that. You know, he doesn't want to
Yeah.
be the center of attention on the band, and just wants it more about the experience and not the members itself.
That's how it was last time I saw A Perfect Circle.
Hmm.
But before that, like I'd seen them each a couple of times, and he's an interesting dude. He had a long blonde wig the one time, and he had some fake boobs on him the one time, and just
Whoa,
you never know what you're gonna get.
What?
Nice.
Got my attention.
Yeah, like Madonna cone boobs. It was pretty good.
Well, that's fun. That's good times.
You missed out.
Yeah, I'm late to the Tool party. I've been like a casual observer fan. And after you
We've
guys
been trying for years.
Yeah, you have, and my new day job now allows me to listen to music a lot more, and I'm gonna try to go if they show up again. That would be a very good time. So
You would really enjoy it.
We
yeah,
tried, Tyler. We tried.
I know. Everything's gonna get worked out, and the next concert, I'm on board. I'm gonna go with you guys. It'll be great. Luke, Far Cry 5, how's it looking out there in Montana land?
Oh,
you made it back.
it's fantastic. They're doing a really great job. The environments are beautiful.
Poly
I'm-
count's high.
Yep, it's very lifelike. I'm
high
pretty sure this
textures.
is actually being rendered in like 8K. Gorgeous.
That's cool, man. I'm
Now,
surprised
but
you
on
came
a
back.
serious note, if anyone gets a chance to go to Yellowstone, do it, because it's the most beautiful place in the world.
In the world.
The world. So we had a little bit of delay getting back. We ended up getting stuck in Chicago for a night.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that
Shout
was
out
real
to
bad.
Marcus Jones.
Yep.
Hooking you up.
Thankfully, I had a buddy that put us up for the night, but
Shout out to Marcus.
yeah, getting stuck at a airport at 9:30 at night with nowhere to stay is not fun.
Did you assault any of the airplane workers on your way out?
No, I don't think I would be here if I had.
Missed opportunity.
Get your name in the paper.
Yep,
Get home
that's
more
true.
quicker. the entire internet would dig up everything that you've ever said and use it to smear you.
We'd get more
So,
followers. We'd get more views.
That's reason alone why
yeah,
I would not do
pretty
anything.
selfish of you not to cause
Yeah.
cause a scene there.
So,
Really could have helped
just
our
opportunity.
followers here.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you had a good time. And we should maybe talk about what we've been playing with music. So, another big thing happened while we were away, and it's called E3. E3 2017. They talked about video games and consoles and all kinds of fun stuff. Should we talk about what was playing at E3 first, or what we've been playing? I think I screwed that up. It doesn't matter.
Just a
You know
spoiler.
what?
It's a sneak preview.
It's a sneak preview. We'll probably get into that a little bit later. Anyway, forget E3 for now. Pretend I didn't
It's
say
not
that.
exciting. No, it's dull.
Let's talk instead. You know what, Kat? You've been just dying to tell us about some of these games. What is the scoop on Rusty Lake Hotel?
Rusty Lake Hotel.
Yeah.
I think Brian picked me up both Rusty Lake and Hotel and Rusty Lake Roots a couple months ago, maybe.
Yeah, they're really cheap on Steam. They're like $3 on Steam.
Kind of a neat little adventure game. You start off visiting a hotel and you meet the caretaker / horrible person,
Mr. Owl.
Mr. Owl.
These are animal heads on human bodies.
Like everything's, I don't know what, there's a word for it, but they're all
Anthropomorphized.
yeah. It's not so bad, and it's not like that in Rusty Lake Roots, but here you kind of learn right off the bat this is gonna be kind of horrific. There's some evil things at foot here. The game, this one was about 4 hours, and it's one of those click and, you grab things from your environment and, hey, you need to go feed your guests, and you need to go into each room, and each room has their own set of puzzles. You have to figure out what the guest wants. You have to find usually a key or two in each room to open up things within the room, and there's puzzles to do so. And then you ultimately have to figure out how their demise is going to happen.
Now, you said this is an adventure game. This seems like more of
Puzzles, actually.
puzzles.
Yeah,
so
it's
you're not
more
like
of a
walking
puzzle
around
game.
talking to people and figuring something out. It's
Yeah. That you make a dinner for them every night, and there's a specific animal on the menu each night.
it's a little weird.
Yes. So they tell you exactly, opening up the menu, what you have to make, so you know whose room you have to go to. It's a very morbid game. The hardest part is, like, in order to get each meal 100% complete, you have to go throughout the hotel and within the room to find the specific extra ingredients. I think I only got probably 2/3 of them perfect. But it's definitely, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Look at all the puzzles. And then there's blood. There's stabbing.
It's weird, because I was like, hey, this looks exactly like a Flash web game, and then I saw in the corner that this is literally running in Flash, Adobe Flash Player 17.
Yep, I think it's a mobile game too. I think you can play it on iOS.
Huh.
They have a lot of other ones on iOS too that I'm going to eventually start picking up. Oh, that's probably where I could have grabbed the wine. Okay.
That's funny.
So you
Well,
finished it? It
that's
took
weird.
what? Like
4 hours. It
4
took me
hours.
4 hours to finish it. I'm wondering if I've got footage of actually going inside one of the rooms, because it's not a long game. It's just their sense of humor is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it looks It looks weird. It looks real weird. I don't
It's
think that'd be
weird.
something I would try, but I'm glad that you did. And
Actually,
Yeah.
I really liked them, and I wish they would come out with more because it's like twisted. I mean, they're very twisted. But I hope they come out with more.
that
I
sounds like it's
honestly,
pretty
though, like my
successful.
biggest dislike of was okay, you're at the hotel, and in one of the rooms, they're like, hey, what's making the lake this way? And why is the lake, what's it doing? Like, I actually thought there was going to be something about the hotel, like you're trying to figure out and you're trying to solve that mystery, but maybe they will in another
Gotcha.
series, but there was nothing
There's no
like
big
that.
picture.
No, there's no big picture. Other than animals are tasty.
Sorry, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mike.
Well, that's cool. Brian,
Hi.
what's going on in SteamWorld Heist? It's a heist. It's just, we're stealing shit and stuff, right?
It's been like 3 weeks. Let's see. Okay. SteamWorld. It's space. Luke.
We're in space.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There's space. I don't think it's your kind of space, but
No.
There's robots.
there's space.
Robots
It's
in
a
space.
turn-based RPG type game, but it's like a side-scrolling view. So it's not my usual Final Fantasy Tactics chess kind of combat. You hire a crew, and God, it's kind of like if Firefly had robots instead of people.
Cute.
Like you've got a crew of robots, and you're going around doing jobs and doing heists. Buying equipment and upgrades, unlocking new areas. The combat's turn-based, so everyone can move and do an action. You might want to skip ahead a little bit in the video and see if we can get into some combat. It'll make a little more sense. It's all guns and shooting, pretty much. So it's got a little bit of the like the Angry Birds kind of thing, where you're aiming at distant targets, and the bullets can ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
And the bombs and grenades can bounce.
Like worms?
Kind of, yeah.
That's okay.
Yep. So you go to locations and you do these missions. You're typically trying to get in, get all the loot, and get out. And there's usually a timer where after every 6 turns, like turrets will appear and start shooting at you, or more robots will appear. So you can't just take your time and be super thorough. You've got a little bit of time pressure.
Hmm.
It's a very charming. It's a very charming game.
Huh. That seems neat.
There are kind of different classes among the robots you get. Like I've got one that wields shotguns, and like when he takes damage, he gets enraged and deals more damage on his next attack. So he's kind of my bruiser that I send in there. He's my front line, and then I've got a sniper. Some of the guns have scopes where you can see, like there's like a laser, that you can see where the bullet's going to go. Little differences amongst them all.
It's cool. Is it something that you've kind of stuck with, or is it something that you think
Yeah.
is just kind of like a one and done?
I've picked it up a few times and gone back to it. I don't care for the setting much at all. This isn't my thing, but the gameplay is pretty fun. You can see there's some like explosive barrels, things in the environment to watch out for. There's a lot to think
Jelly.
of. Explosive jelly.
Jelly.
It reminds, I don't know why, but it reminds me a bit of the Oddworld stuff for some reason. Just
I
because,
can
like,
see that. The look a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah, but steamy piratey robot guys instead. But,
I played
looks good.
SteamWorld Dig first, which I think is another by the same company. I don't know if it's connected in any way, but so yeah, they had kind of that's another one that wasn't really my kind of game, and I appreciated it more than I enjoyed it.
Well, that's pretty neat. SteamWorld Heist. Get it now, everybody. Get it while you can get it.
That's a dirty word for you, isn't it?
What's that?
Heist.
I don't like it. I don't know why. It's not really a logical thing at all. I just don't.
Okay.
It just heist. It sounds like, I don't know.
Thievery.
It's one of those words. I just don't like the way it comes out of my mouth. I don't
Okay.
prefer not to
Chalupa.
say it.
Or
Weird.
moist.
No, chalupas go in. I don't like. Yeah, It's fine.
It's a dumb word, though.
It is a dumb word. It's a dumb word for a delicious thing.
Chalupa?
Yeah, chalupa.
Chalupa bad.
What about double chalupa?
That's fine. The double cancels it out.
That's true. That's you can't refute that.
Sponsor us, Taco Bell.
Would you just already? Seriously? I mean,
Yeah.
what do I got to do?
Tyler
here?
puts in a lot of work promoting your products free of charge. Come on, pay the man. It's
Pony
time.
up. Luke,
Yeah.
you've been doing a lot of things in and around GTA 5.
I have.
Why don't you tell me about that?
That's a cowboy running around an apartment building or something.
I like your
it's
swag.
it's my company office. So yeah, just because I can never let this game go, I started playing it again, and what we're seeing here is just I'm a CEO of a company, and you can do missions where you can source vehicles, which is basically just stealing a vehicle, taking it to a warehouse, and then later on you can sell it.
Okay.
Nice
All
car.
right. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's just a nice time waster to jump in and kind of hang out. You'll see here that I actually did not take the mission, and I thought I had, so there's no marker for it, and I'm very confused on where I'm supposed to actually be going.
I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead.
Yep, that's
Is that what
fine.
your company does? Are you a car theft company?
Well, that's one of our many ventures that we do. We also take goods and sell them for a profit later on.
Drugs. Okay.
You're in the goods
No,
business?
not drugs. Did not say the D word.
How's the goods business?
I don't do that one that much, to be honest.
Okay.
You put in a lot of work and you don't get a lot out of it. Cars are where it's at.
It's all about cars, people's cars, other people's
And
cars.
the drug business is for my motorcycle club, not my actual business.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yup.
Get it right.
That's. I knew.
More of a hobby.
See,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luke,
but they did
Luke's-
have a major update to it, which I've not had the funds to partake in yet, where you can buy a underground bunker and become a gun runner. So I'm kind of excited to get into that aspect of it, but I need to make more money before I can buy.
Yeah, diversify your portfolio, man.
Exactly.
Luke tried to get me to join his motorcycle club, which is fucking bullshit because all he wants to do is drive around this fucking car the whole time. I'm trying to be cool and be like, no, dude, we're a biker gang. Like, we should ride motorcycles. He's like, yeah, but that will get you killed. Like, this is an armored supercar. We could just get in here. And I was like, bullshit, I'm going to drive a motorcycle for a motorcycle club. And it was basically just me like dying and being very far behind the whole time. It wasn't fun at all. It
Yeah,
was
don't
hashtag
get
not
on
my
a
fantasy.
motorcycle.
Well, don't call yourself a motorcycle club then. If you're just gonna like sell weed and drive around a stupid Ferrari thing.
You can collect motorcycles and be in a motorcycle club.
See, here's the thing, Tyler. It's funny you mention that because earlier today I was trying to sell a bunch of weed in my motorcycle club, and there was a guy on a motorcycle, and he hit a train, and he died, and he lost the package.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah,
happen.
so that's why you don't ride a motorcycle in a motorcycle gang.
Well, that's just
Yeah.
yeah. Ruined my immersion is all.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But
Trying to really
since we're on
live
the
the thing.
Since we're on the topic of GTA 5, I'm going to get a massive shout out to Sheriff Eli over on Twitch.
Yeah.
GTA 5 roleplay is the best thing in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're not okay. I didn't know what I was signing up for when you first told me about this. So GTA 5 RP is like a special server that they've modded and they're running this version of the game on. And people show up and they do like instead of running drugs and motorcycle gangs and that kind of stuff. It's okay, there might be some of that, but there's a lot of just like this person is an EMS worker and they have an ambulance and they just drive it and go pick people up and take them to the hospital, and that's what they do.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there's cops that like they can actually grab people and take them to jail. And the part that makes it really awesome is that everyone is voice acting this stuff out
Yes.
the whole time
And there are
Like-
some very, very talented people.
in real time. It's real entertaining to watch. The only thing that sucks about it is like in between when people's stream notifications go off and it's like pew, 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 and like stupid graphics all over the screen, and you got the streamer like ripping sweet vapes the whole time and like just blowing smoke at the screen. That part takes away from it a little bit.
A lot of the ones that take it pretty seriously, they won't have a webcam at all.
Yeah.
And they don't have all those really annoying sounds. But it's been just so addicting. I come home, watch it all, and Sheriff Eli, fantastic. He's brand new to Twitch. He's only been there he's just starting his second month, and he has legit 10,000 viewers at any given time.
Wow.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Utterly
that
insane.
I could get down on watching, because that's the whole reason I played WoW was RP.
Mm-hmm. So
It
it's
was
been
cool,
awesome.
too.
This sports car appears to be very off-roady.
I'm trying to lose the cops. And right now failing, but I'll eventually succeed. Patience.
Brian, this isn't Forza, okay? This isn't Gran Turismo.
Well,
I mean,
I expect a little more realism from my driving games, Tyler. I'm sorry.
This is a game where you can club people to death and then, you know, like parachute off a mountain and land on a motorcycle and ride off into the sunset.
Does Luke do that?
Sell some weed.
Are you going to do that?
He might. I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
I can't tell you one way or the other, but it looks like he's going to get
Set
caught
him
by
up
the
for
cops.
success. So.
Sheriff Eli's about to bust his punk ass is about what's going to be happening.
Yeah, that would happen. But yeah, they take the roleplay very, very seriously. So a lot of the cops on the server have either been cops before or are cops currently. A lot of the EMS have EMS training.
And like the game is modified in such a way that like when a cop takes somebody to jail, he like has to fill out paperwork. Like you see like this thing show up on screen and he actually gives them like, okay,
Here's your citation.
Here's your citation. You have to pay this fine and you're going to do 24 months in the penitentiary. And then they get like, they get like booted for 24 minutes or whatever.
No, they actually go to the prison.
Oh, do they?
They're in the prison yard and they interact with any other people in prison at the time.
That's so crazy. And you'll see like people will be pleading like, please, can you cut 3 months off my sentence, like anything.
That is so cool.
It's pretty neat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So GTA RP, check it on out.
Yep.
The only
Later
way
on.
Cat would play GTA.
What's it? That's the way to get Cat to play GTA? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you would love it. You really would.
That's
Okay.
right up my alley.
Instead of GTA, why don't you tell us a little bit about Dream Machine?
Oh my god. So I just picked that one up today.
Yeah?
Yeah. That one is a new puzzle game that, again, my wonderful husband bought me.
Steam summer sale.
Shout out. It's a puzzle game. There's a theme to everything I've played this week and last week. It is all done in clay. You said clay and cardboard?
Mm-hmm.
Which you can skip ahead a little bit because
Yeah, she's like, why isn't this full screen?
I couldn't figure out how to. So you start off in a dream. This is, I can't remember his name right now.
Bell Shoes.
Bill Shoes.
Mm-hmm.
He has a wife, and there's something about a baby in the picture, but I haven't figured anything out that. But you pick up objects, and you're like, hey, I have to figure out what to do with it. And so here I've like started picking up wood, and at the time I didn't realize I was in a dream world. But you just moved into this new apartment, and what just happened?
You don't pay no attention to the things that are happening on the video side
No,
here.
it's all good.
I'm not breaking anything.
You just moved into an apartment with your new wife, and the landlord / caretaker guy is kind of creepy. You don't know much about him yet, but you travel around your apartment and you're trying to find a place to plug your phone in, and you find out something creepy is going on, and you have to call the police. Well, holy crap! Well, now we got to find a way to call the police, and now we're stuck here. And
Is it all dream, or do we not know that?
this is the only part that started off as dream.
Okay.
The building itself, you find out, was the caretaker's like great grandfather who ran a hospital or institution for dream studies. That's as far as I've gotten is into that. A couple of the puzzles were frustrating because I had a notebook puzzle and I could not get the pieces to line up correctly because I couldn't manipulate them.
Yeah.
And then I went out of them, and then for some reason going back in them, it fixed it. So that's the only gripe I have about that, is it's not, a lot of puzzle games can be very intuitive, and a lot of puzzle games, The Witness, not so much. It's neat. The artwork's creepy but cool at the same time. You can see all the fingerprints. I opened up a cardboard box because they literally just moved, so there's cardboard boxes all over the apartment. And you open up a box and you can see literally the fingerprints of the clay, like in the clay, of how it was made.
I'm going to tie this back to Tool and say I kept thinking of the video Sober, watching this little guy bopping around his apartment.
Yeah.
Does look familiar.
Yeah, well, the one creepy part, too, is you find out, there's a video camera behind a painting in your room. And that's when you decide, we need to call the police. And again, this is the first 20 minutes of the game that this all happened. So I think it's going to get really good. But I only have Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, so I'm going to have to get some more of them. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of weird puzzle games, guys.
Yeah, it reminds me of some of the point and click stuff that I don't mean this to sound demeaning or anything, but it just reminds me of the type of games that I used to play on my computer when I was a kid.
Okay, Tyler.
I don't mean it, you know what I mean? I don't mean it that way. But just the way that
kind of older class of adventure games where you're picking up objects and dragging them around the screen.
Yeah.
The way it's all animated and stuff, it reminds me of some of those games, and the way you're picking up objects and using them with the other stuff in the world. It's cool.
Kid, I have a game suggestion for you that I'll give it to you after the stream. I think you would really enjoy.
Yeah.
Remind me.
The way when I first met his wife in their apartment, the look of her eyes creeped me out completely. It reminded me of the Tool. Oh, that's a creepy little claymation doll. But we'll see. I'll probably have more video the more I play it. But I think I'm almost done with the second chapter. So.
That's really neat. It's a neat animation style and stuff. You don't see that very often. It's cool.
Yeah, and it's funny because you're in the dream world, and normal dreams, something in the outside world you hear in the dreamland, and it wakes them up. So then they're in their apartment.
It's going to be some Inception shit going on.
Yeah, I think because of the way that they had dream studies, I think it's going to be are you in a dream now? And you find books of the studies that they've done, and it's repetitive dreams and
are you in a simulation?
Creepy dreams.
Are you in a simulation? He doesn't know.
Cool. Well, Luke, you didn't tell me at all. I forgot to ask you. Did you bring your Switch with you on your trip?
I did bring my Switch with me. Ended up playing it on the airplane. Did some Mario Kart action.
How'd that go?
Well, I can tell you that the Switch itself is absolutely perfect for that kind of environment. Have the little case on it that I can fold back, and it has a stand. So I put it right on the tray table on the plane, slid off one of the Joy-Con controllers, fired up Mario Kart, and played it for a good 30, 45 minutes. And it was pretty good. It did that fantastically. The only problem is that's all it does.
What do you mean?
Needs games.
It didn't cook you breakfast or, make you a pizza? What do you mean?
I want to know why I can't put some movies on an SD card and watch movies on it.
Oh, if it had an app or something on it that
yeah,
or maybe a web browser.
Why is there no Netflix app
Netflix.
that allow me to sign in and download some Breaking Bad on it? Watch it on the
Right.
airplane.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone has a good answer. I think if I was like, if I had Reggie's job, if I was Reggie Fils-Aimé and I was like trying to spin this, I would say that Nintendo is focused on delivering world-class gaming experiences, and we are putting all of our effort into making sure that the Nintendo Switch delivers on that promise to gamers first. And we'll have exciting stuff to talk about. Never.
I know at least some of it's got to be like a security thing. 'Cause I know the 3DS is packed all to hell and back.
What do you
It's
mean?
gonna happen regardless, though.
Oh, it's hacked
Irregardless?
all the hell? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, the Xbox One still hasn't been cracked, and that thing has a web browser on it, albeit not a great one, but you can still browse the web with Edge on an Xbox One. It's got Netflix. It's got
Edge.
yeah. It's got
That's where the magic happens.
That's true. That's actually true. You know what I'm trying to say? It's definitely possible if you decide to put the smallest effort into it.
It's just such a great piece of hardware, and there's so much potential to it. And it was just kind of frustrating having it here. It's being like, man, there's just only a handful of games for it that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And it could do so much more if it wanted to.
I'm in the same boat. I'm like super happy with it. Everything that it can do, it does well. It's just definitely
doesn't
lacking
do
in
much.
in the other things other than the couple games that I have for it. And it frustrates me too, because it's even that. It's like, man, there's all these games, there's all these great Nintendo titles that have been coming out over the years. There's all these 3DS games that are actually still coming out right now. Like they just announced, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but 2 new Metroid games, and one of them, if you don't have a 3DS or a 2DS, then you're not going to be able to play it on your new Nintendo hardware. It feels bad. So, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, portability for playing games, all that stuff, it works really great.
Yeah, I didn't realize that the Metroid game for the 3DS was going to be a remake of Metroid 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Which, as we discussed a few episodes ago, that was taken down real quick, the AM2R remake of it.
that makes sense. Yeah.
So now it all kind of makes sense of why they took it down real quick, so they had this already in the works.
Gotcha.
But it kind of gives me a little bit of hope for them remaking Super Metroid. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
please.
you think?
Nintendo, please.
What's your Super Metroid remake look like, Luke? How would you want that to happen?
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Well, don't worry, Brian. We're gonna get the Virtual Console, and you can play the original Super Metroid on it.
Nope.
And before our Wii
Are
U.
they?
Yeah. I wouldn't hold your
They'll
breath.
find some way to get the classic games to us, I'm sure. Just seems like something they should have had lined up, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Give us some insight to it. It'd be nice, because
They're not even talking about Virtual Console anymore. Last interview I read, they're talking about their new online services, and when asked about the Virtual Console, they're like, no comment.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna happen. Just don't know in what form or when it's gonna happen.
We'll see. They did go as far as to say that they don't consider their new like retro games online thing to be a replacement for it. So
Right.
Did they say that?
Yeah, they did.
Hmm.
Reggie.
People were thinking like maybe it's like a Netflix for Nintendo's games, but it doesn't look like that.
Yep.
I'm sure it's gonna be just janky as hell, make no sense, and I'm gonna gobble it up. Just throw money at it.
Well, Kat, what is we talked about Rusty Lake Hotel. What is Rusty Lake Roots?
It's like, oh, it was weird. So I'm finding, because I also play one of their games on the iOS. Again, they have a thing for really weird, screwed up games. This kind of reminded me of Edith Finch in a way that you're going through a family tree, but not to see how they died.
Well, what's the fun in that?
Yeah.
It looks hilarious.
It's hilarious. But you have to. I mean, you do kind of have to see what happens with each person's life, and I don't know how much I can talk about it because I don't know if anyone here is going to play it, and I can completely spoil it.
That seems unlikely.
What's that? If no one's going to play it, I can go right ahead. But essentially,
see how they died. That makes me think of The Office. Like where Meredith gets hit by the car, and they're like, Michael, how were you able to get on the scene so quickly? It's lucky you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Who was driving the car, dear?
But so you start off with I think it's James, and then he meets, I think there was Mary. So you go through literally a family tree, and it has different branches, and each branch kind of has their own stories. And you're learning about the family, and it's a puzzle game where you have to find different pieces, and we need to find this worm to feed the bird because we need the bird to move, and we need whatever's under the bird, and it's
puzzle game things.
Puzzle game things, which I dig completely. But because this is a Rusty Lake game, it is very morbid. This one had a lot of body pieces you had to collect to appease.
That's my favorite part of any game, is collecting the body pieces. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this was the biggest thing and it was funny because it had a shout out to Rusty Lake Hotel, because you see the crow and you see Mr. Owl and you see all the characters from the previous game make little what's the word?
Was that on the bookshelf? Were
Yeah.
there like busts on the bookshelf?
Yeah, they're busts on a bookshelf. They kind of come in and out of the story. This one, however, doesn't have the say that word again,
anthropomorphized animals?
I can't say that word. In the game, this is all, the family history, and you see...
you're really whitewashing it here. Go on.
You see there's there's one brother that goes off to war, one brother who has like some kind of genetic issue, so he's like the freak of the family, and then you have the sister who, I know it's weird. He's watched me play this, and he just like, what the heck are you playing?
There was placenta.
Yeah, there was.
What?
At one point, I had to make a tube baby.
Oh.
And I had to make the guy jerk off in a cup.
Whoa, hey-oh.
Yeah, you play the most messed up games.
Rusty Lake Roots, everybody. That's how you get your roots.
Some weird
not
stuff.
for kids. Not for kids.
How you get your roots on.
Yeah,
There's the show title.
Yeah, it definitely...
a naked man fell out of the clock, and you're clicking his nips. Okay, all right. This just got way more interesting. Holy cow, you're inside of him.
Wow.
Oh, you're getting into his heart, and you got his heart. What the fuck is going on?
Okay, do you want me to explain it, Tyler?
No. No.
I can explain it.
He wasn't using it.
Oh,
I can explain it.
No,
Okay.
it's okay.
It'll make sense.
I can explain.
Yeah. So, in order for anyone that wants to play this game, shut this off right now. But in order for the original one of the brothers to come back to life, he needs a specific amount of sacrifices to happen.
Necromancy.
Yeah. So that's what needs to happen. So each family in the tree has become like a specific body part that I have to get in order to make the necromancy happen.
Who here has not partaken of the dark arts? Let him cast the first stone.
Or dead man nipple. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely odd. And so yeah, and you write in notes in blood because, they couldn't just give me ink, so I have to write in blood.
You want to raise the dead, but you don't want to get your hands dirty.
Nope.
It's just the same kind of problems we all have to deal with in our day-to-day lives.
It's 2017.
I do have to say that's probably the weirdest, most creative games. They're weird. Straight up weird. But the puzzles are fun.
a glowing endorsement. That's great.
Yeah. There's a lot of stabbing hands in both games.
Well,
let's see the segue.
Let's lighten the mood a little bit here and talk about a game
Darkest
called
Dungeon.
The Darkest Dungeon.
There we go.
Called it.
There we go.
I lost it. Hold on. Let me. Darkest Dungeon. What's it called, Brian? Darkest Dungeon what? Crimson Court. The Crimson Court. Yes.
Ruin
Yes. Has befallen our dongers. Anyway.
Yes, I've been avoiding Darkest Dungeon for the last few months, waiting for the DLC to hit, and it did. It's a little bit of a mixed bag. I think they have to smooth out the difficulty a little bit because it's super uneven.
Oh yeah, you got real salty the first day.
Yeah, like you came home from work and you're like, how is that? I was just like, fuck this goddamn game.
And then I was really bummed because if he's having a hard time with it, I'm not probably going to play I love it, but...
Well, there's a new area and there's a new class. The new class is the Flagellant, and he is awesome. He's this dude who whips himself and inflicts bleeding wounds on his enemies. He can take the bleeds and the poisons off of his allies onto himself. And when he's under half health, he gets some new, very powerful abilities. He resists the death blow when he's like in Darkest Dungeon. We're at 0 health. You're at death's door, and any hit could kill you. He's very resistant to being killed when he's at death's door. So he very much yo-yos up and down. He's healthy, he's hurt, he's dying, he's fine again. There's a lot of interesting mechanics with that. I like the new class a lot.
Does he team well with like a specific set?
The Plague Doctor can cure his bleed statuses that he inflicts on himself. So that seems pretty good. And the new class is very cool. The new zone in the game, I started a new save, and I think like week 3 or 4 it unlocks the new zone. So I'm just like, oh boy, I'm going to go check that out. I want to see the new thing. And the quest is like, go blow up 3 nests, like mosquito nests or whatever. It's just a regular old quest. And I encountered a big crocodile Zerg, Dahaka thing in the swamp there, and it wiped the party. And I just thought, oh, that's unfortunate for me. I just, random encounter. I pulled a strong monstrous enemy. That sucks. I'll try it again. And I did, and the same enemy was in the same place. And this is way stronger than any boss I've ever fought in the game. Like, it wiped my party again. It's weird because the quest doesn't say, go in and kill this monster crocodile thing. It's just there, and
just there to ruin your day.
I'm gonna have to, gear up and really, really prepare to go into this.
And it doesn't give like a specific higher level, like.
No, it's level 0 through 2, so I'm gonna have to have them all level 2. But the quest isn't like holy shit, this is gonna be hard. Make sure you're ready. Because every other boss in the game, it's like, all right, you're going to take down the necromancer, so get ready.
Be prepared. Yep.
I'm just like, what's that crocodile over there in the bushes?
You wanted to collect your essence.
The difficulty's a little uneven.
That's a bummer, but maybe maybe they can patch that and kind of maybe
prepare for it and
even that out a little bit.
Try it again.
Or that. Yeah, that's sensible. That's a smart way to approach it.
Yeah, I'll just make sure everyone's geared up and treat it like a big old boss battle.
Good stuff, man. Hey, did I miss anything? Oh, Cat. Last Guardian. The Last Guardian you played. That's a big one.
Probably the least morbid one I've played.
Yeah. How many?
Setting the bar pretty low
Never
there.
mind.
Yes.
Last Guardian is an RPG, and you start off with the telling of a story, basically. You're kind of going. I don't know if it's the person it's the person talking, and you're going through his story as a boy when he meets this
Catbird.
Brian calls it a catbird.
Giant catbird.
I thought it was a dog. Catbird dog?
It's
Catbird
a dragon.
Catbird dog.
Man, bear, pig?
Catbird dog dragon. Yep.
I haven't seen it shoot fire, but it does lightning.
Well, there you go. It's a lightning dragon catbird dog.
Yeah, and I haven't really figured out. I know there's like a legend among this boy's people, and this isn't my footage, but it's footage of stuff that I've done. I've gotten through the first area so far, and it's pretty neat. Like Brian can attest, like the movement of the creature's pretty cool. The boy's movements are kind of...
His movements are real janky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching his arms like kind of spaghetti around. Yeah, he's weird.
Going on. Yeah, like this game was in development for, I want to say like 6 or 7 years. This was in development for a long time. It's from the Shadow of the Colossus and Eco people.
But if you watch the animal move, like their movement's really cool.
The animal's incredible. Like the animal seems to act like I would expect an animal to behave. Like all of this, just little ticks and twitches and movements and sounds. Like
yeah, when you first meet him, he's like this poor chained up little thing, and he's angry because he's got like spears in him, and you have to work to get like the spears out of him. You have to kind of learn to, through the learning how to use the game, you kind of like befriend him. I still haven't figured out like how to like manipulate his movements.
right,
I don't
you can't
think
control
I ever can.
him. I think you can just kind of try to
You have to like guide
nudge him and influence him, and he's going to do what he wants to do to a certain degree.
Yeah, you can call him, but yeah, if you get on him at a certain like area, like he shakes you off, or if he gets wet, he'll shake himself and you'll fly off of him, and it's pretty cool.
Very cat-like. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm super impressed with that aspect of the game.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into enough to know where the story's going or what kind of they play together. But I haven't figured out like why he met this creature, what the connection is yet. But the game itself seems like it's really awesome.
It's very much a puzzle adventure type game.
Yeah.
Well, Kat, I just want to warn you that if it's anything like Shadow of the Colossus or Ico, it's probably really tragic and heart-wrenching, so strap in for that. Just letting you know, okay? I don't know anything about it. I haven't played it, but
Look at
yep, it's some
little boy and catbird, dog dragon on my shirt.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Well, yeah, I hope you play through that because the Shadow of the Colossus is one of my favorite games. Yeah, it's one.
Thanks, Rob.
This team makes cool games, and
I wonder how long of a game it is too. Like I'm curious how long, if it's like one of those 100-hour RPGs, and
it's not
looking
an RPG.
at like
I don't think there's no like combat or anything.
There's no combat.
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but
it's fine.
Yeah, I thought it was more just a puzzle game, essentially.
I'm still trying to get through Horizon, so I'm like, I don't need another super long game.
Good stuff. Did I miss anything, guys? Yeah, is that pretty much going to round out what we've been playing?
I think so. I'm still playing Persona 5. Breaking news.
Breaking news. You are getting close.
In the game.
Yeah,
I'm getting near the end.
We know we're down to the wire here, so expect your final thoughts on it soon.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Let's switch gears and talk a little bit about some of the news. That didn't work again. Oh, there we go. Okay. So the E3 2017. It was a pretty big deal this year. What did you guys think overall of the stuff that we learned at E3?
I watched a good bit of it live. I don't know. Some of it was impressive. Some of it I just kind of thought, like, why does this exist? A lot of it was just someone walks out on stage, says a few words, and then we watch trailers that I could watch on YouTube just as easily. Yeah, there was some good games. You know, some good games coming down the pike. I think Nintendo probably had the best.
There's some good ones coming out.
I think Nintendo's probably the strongest there.
Probably.
I got to be honest. I was not real thrilled about a whole lot at E3 this year. I just kind of felt like it was
a lot of solid-looking things coming out, but there was no really like big announcements where I'm just like, holy shit, that's happening.
Oh, there's a few I'm super excited about.
There are some good-looking games coming out.
Nintendo probably has the most games I'm looking forward to right now, with Metroid 4 being announced.
Part of that is just being starved for stuff on the Switch. That kind of adds to it. We're like, yes, please.
Yep,
Give me
Metroid
something.
Prime 4. You know, the Mario gameplay for Mario Odyssey looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Mario's gonna fucking possess things with his hat, like his stupid
that's
eyeball hat.
That's real weird. Mario's stealing souls. I mean, okay.
What?
I believe they had to come out and say that he was not possessing them.
Right,
Everyone is now
Even
calling
though
him
he's
possessing
literally
them.
just possessing them.
Yeah.
That's how Satan gets into your house. What if all this time Mario has been the hat and it's just like some plumber that he possessed?
Holy shit.
I don't know if I can do this.
Shower thoughts. Wow. Yoshi, the Yoshi game looks adorable. Like, let's just talk about Nintendo for a few minutes here. Like,
Sure.
Yoshi Island is, I think, the first game I actually purchased with my own money back on Super Nintendo.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's got a little special place in my heart, so seeing this was pretty awesome. I will probably buy this. A lot of nostalgia here for me.
I just love I love that it's not the most powerful console, right? Like the Switch isn't that beefy at all, but they are nailing the looks with these games. Like Zelda looks phenomenal with all of its, flaws. This game looks so good. It looks like real. Like it looks like real little paper and cardboard and shit. Like,
It reminds me of Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Like
It kind of does have that look to it.
Yep.
That's good because I'm kind of tired of the whole arms race of Microsoft and Sony, where it's just like, look at our specs.
Who can get the prettiest game?
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit. Is like, I felt
Nintendo has always nailed the art style.
Right. We're gonna make fun games.
Well, and they're proving that they don't. I think in the past, like with the Wii and even the Wii U, I felt like some of those games maybe. I guess they didn't do a good job getting people excited about the hardware to begin with, right? Like, well, I take that back. The Wii was insanely successful, so forget I said that. But the Wii U especially, so a lot of people didn't jump on board then. But with this, like they've got everyone bought in. You can't even get your hands on a Switch, and Microsoft's showing up trying to say like, hey, check out our sweet 4K $500 new console that we want you to buy, and Nintendo's over here like, we've got this little $350 handheld thing that has games you actually want to play on it. Like what's more appealing? I don't know. I would have a hard time disagreeing with you. I would say that they probably had one of the best showings here.
I was talking to my boss the other day, and he's really into sports games, Call of Duty, Battlefield, everything like that. And he's like, oh, so when's the new Mario coming out? Like, fall time. I was like, oh, there's a trailer out. So he whips out his phone, and we're watching it in his office. And 3/4 of the way through, he just tosses his phone down and says, well, I'm buying a Switch for Christmas. I'm selling my Xbox. I'm buying a Switch. It's done.
Wow.
And why wouldn't you? Because, like, I'm sorry, but Microsoft didn't show me anything amazing that I'm going to be able to get to play on my Xbox One that I absolutely have to have, you know?
You're right. There were some real good games in their lineup, but most of them were, timed exclusives, I think.
Mm-hmm. Or, Sony came out and said stuff like, hey, we were getting Destiny 2 as well, and by the way, here's all the exclusive stuff that you'll have access to. This is a multi-platform game, but you'll get the most stuff if you buy it on ours. Like, that's so
that always
hard
felt
to contest
bad.
with. Yeah.
See, the things I was most excited about were like ones that are like already like kind of like expansions of games that are already out, like nothing new.
Yeah, and
Detroit
there's
Become Human.
Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Let me pull that up real quick. We can talk about Detroit. We're just gonna kind of jump around because why not, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Detroit Become Human is a PS4 exclusive. This game has been on my radar forever because it started out as a tech demo for the PS3 called Kiara, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that blew my mind years ago when they first released that. It was like this. It's like basically this zoomed in thing on this robot factory, and they bring this robot, to life, and she comes out of the box getting programmed and everything. She's singing, she's like exploring, becoming alive, and then she basically realizes like, oh, she's going to be sold to somebody to be used however they want, and she's property, and she's a thing, and she wants to just live and escape. It's crazy. Anybody go look it up, check it out on YouTube, watch it. It's phenomenal. So this is kind of like the expansion of that. And you guys have played some of the other games from this developer, right?
Yeah, it's David Cage.
Is it the Heavy Rain?
Yeah, he did Heavy Rain. He did Beyond Two Souls, and I think he overreaches a little bit. He does very, very ambitious games that always end up kind of flawed. But I'll take that over, the 8th iteration of Call of Duty any day.
Yep.
Like this looks amazing to me.
Yeah, Brian was like, when you get home tonight, you have to sit and watch this with me. I'm like, okay. So when I came home, I'm watching this, I'm just like, holy cow. Because we played Heavy Rain together because there were some heavy parts in there. And like for me, I can't do the quick button mashing. So anytime that comes in, I'm like, here, take the controller.
Mm-hmm.
But the story, it looks amazing. The artwork, and I mean, I guess it's a beautiful game. It's not like the...
Well, this is the old, sci-fi question like Battlestar Galactica.
Yes, to say it's Cylons.
These look and act like people, and they think they're people, and they think they're alive, and they think they have feelings. Well, what's the difference,
Right. At what point do you call
any
it a
rights?
living thing?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. So when I saw this, I was initially kind of disappointed because I thought that they were scrapping the other things that I'd seen previously. But this is the third playable character, not the only playable character.
Switch perspectives, because I know Heavy Rain did that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What was the one on the PlayStation 2? Indigo Prophecy, I think.
Yes.
I think was his as well. That's another flawed, interesting thing. I think that did the same thing too. They'll have like 4 different characters that you swap between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you had committed a crime, and then like an hour later, you're playing the cop that's investigating the crime scene. From the crime that you committed as a different character earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to take the bloody knife. I left the bloody knife in the bathroom.
You'll carry that burden with you forever.
Yeah.
My only concern is if it can really live up to this. I have a lot of feeling like it's reminding me of
it's ambitious.
Watch Dogs when that trailer first came out, and they're showing how you could go through and interact with the world and hacks, stoplights and all this other stuff.
Right.
And when it finally released, it was really nothing like that at all.
It's soulless.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it doesn't turn out to be another one of those style games.
I don't think it's that kind of game, like so much the open world where you're going to be able to do combat and go anywhere you want. I think these tend to be very, kind of scripted as far as following a story very closely. There's not typically any combat in these. They're usually like quick time events, which I'm not wild about. But
well, I'll have a
Heavy Rain's one of my
PS4,
favorites.
so I'll leave it up to you to tell me how it is.
Yeah, once again, exclusive strike again, and this will be one that we'll have to hear about from Brian and Kat until we all get sick of it and
having your
dump our
Xbox
Xboxes.
regrets.
Yeah.
Little Cylon segue. If you go on Facebook on the Battlestar Galactica, you can pull up a recent interview with a bunch of the cast, and they talk about Battlestar Galactica. And there's Number 6 and Gaius, and
I wish I could watch it for the first time again.
yeah. So go watch that on Facebook.
What we should do is make Tyler watch it for the first time, and we could do
Yes,
a
we
BSG podcast.
One of us.
You know what?
Be-
If you I'll let you guys take the reins on that one. How about that?
Well, you don't want to run a third podcast, Tyler?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make sure that we can keep these ones running successfully. And you know what, Luke? Yeah, the door's open. The door is open, my friend.
So Tyler, were there any of the Xbox games that you were excited about at all?
Me? No, not a one.
No.
Kring isn't here with us, but I think he was kind of excited about Sea of Thieves, maybe? Was that Luke?
That was me.
Luke.
Sea of Thieves looks kind of neat.
It looks
It's-
really neat.
It's going to be... see, here's the
Moderately
thing.
neat.
Okay, here's something I wanted to talk about a little bit, because... So, in the last breath I took, I was upset because Detroit Become Human is an exclusive to the PS4, right? And I'm not going to be able to play it. Sea of Thieves, though, I'm going to say almost does itself a disservice because it's coming to it's coming to PC through the Windows 10 store, and it'll be on Xbox One. So I will get to play this one, even though I
That's
won't
kind
care
of-
about it.
It's kind of weird that they're like, hey, all these are exclusive to the Xbox and Windows 10.
Right. So it's a good thing because I want things to be on as many platforms as I can, but at the same time, it also still doesn't give anyone a reason to own an Xbox.
Well, wouldn't you want your games, I mean, even PS4, wouldn't you want your games PC available so you could reach a
Generally,
more
but
client?
like a lot of those developers are owned by Sony, so they want stuff to be exclusive, so you have a reason to buy
Gotcha.
PlayStation 4.
No.
Like Horizon Zero Dawn is a Sony owned.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. What is this?
So this is Sea of Thieves.
This is cool.
It seems
Seems
to
to
be
be
just
a
kind of like
co-op.
an open,
Pirate adventure game.
Yes. All of that. It reminds me a lot of We Need to Go Deeper, but in a pirate ship. And I was just thinking that, getting a group of us together and playing this at nighttime would be awesome.
Mhm.
It
See,
looks
like this made me
cool.
think of WoW right here for some reason, just like the way the names are
swimming,
appearing over the
yeah.
heads and everything.
Yep.
I wonder if it'll be like you've got multiple teams that are going after the same treasure, and we're going to be, oh shit, who's that? He's after our loot.
Yeah, that's one thing they didn't really make too clear in the trailer. They'd show another team later on for was pretty awesome ship combat. That looked fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if this is just one massive world where there's different teams all in it, or how that's going to work, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks like it has potential. I mean, it's something I would probably check out.
Yeah, try
I'd
it.
want to see reviews and stuff. I mean, it looks pretty.
Yeah.
Get your
I don't
loot,
know,
go
it's
back
just-
to port, upgrade your ship.
I think it's one of those things. Yeah, if you had some buddies playing with it, Luke, you're probably right. This would probably be pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we would
nice
need like
seeds.
4 of us all together for this to really be enjoyable, I think. It wouldn't be a single player game at all.
Yeah.
Stuff. What else we got? Oh, here's one that has some relevance to especially our group. Life is Strange is getting another chapter.
Sort of a prequel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a prequel to it. Where
So
Chloe has no blue hair.
it's called Before the Storm, before the blue hair, before the Hella. No, she'll probably still
Well,
say
there's probably
Hella.
still-
Oh,
Hell,
she'll
come on.
say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're playing as Chloe, and you don't have powers because you're not Max. So that should be interesting.
So
I
what's the
think this
point?
is after Max is left in the story, like while Max was away. Well, I think she'd moved away.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like just
Chloe is friends with Rachel.
prior to Max getting in or coming
Yeah.
back.
Well, and I think this is because I know Chloe went to Blackwell for a time, and you see her at the school. So I think you get to see like when she met Frank and how she met Frank and her relationship with Rachel and her dad's car accident and all the different pieces you get to see before, which I'm super excited about. Because at first I was like, "Oh, that's Max. No, that's not Max. That's Chloe. What the heck?" So pretty excited.
Seeing Rachel's kind of a cool
Oh,
moment there in the
and
trailer.
Maybe bottles, guys.
There will be bottles. God of War, we've talked about it before. That looks fantastic. Spider-Man looks amazing. And that's another PS4 exclusive. Like,
Yeah, the Spider-Man game does look good, and I don't give a shit about superhero games or movies, but it looks pretty impressive.
it's made by Insomniac, the guys who did, I think, aren't they the Ratchet and Clank people?
Did they do, was it Infamous?
Yeah. Yep. Which
I think.
Oh god, yeah, this one looked so good. Even the gameplay looked like the mechanics look really neat.
they do open world games very, very well. So yeah, this that putting them behind a Spider-Man game looks real smart. This looks real fun. Our friend Vito, who's like the resident comic book dude, was saying it looks like they're playing a little bit with the Spidey universe and like showing other Spider-Mans at the end of the trailer and stuff. Yeah, so it doesn't look like this is directly tied to the movie or anything. Like this will be. This looks like it's maybe taking more from the comics, which is cool. Yeah, or its own thing, which that's pretty exciting. It's exciting for PS4 owners, I should say, which I am still not.
I'm excited about the Horizon Zero Dawn content that's coming out too.
Yeah, there's a DLC for Horizon coming out.
Yep.
Does it look like it's like a full expansion, something in the vein of, I don't know, Elder Scrolls expansions and stuff? Or
it's $20. They didn't reveal a whole lot in the trailer. It looks like it's going to be up in a cold mountainy area, and they were talking about trials. So
maybe they're. See, I haven't finished the game, so it might be like after they, with everything that's going on right now, because like we did trials in Horizon Zero Dawn, and that's when like shit hit the fan in the game. Like holy crap, like this stuff's going down, and what the hell's happening? So it could be like maybe they're trying to reset the.
Aloy says she still wants answers too. So.
Yeah.
I haven't finished Horizon to know
what answers we don't have.
Right, which questions are being asked, but it's pretty.
When I first saw the merchant, I was like, that looks like her. He didn't tell me what it was. He's like, watch this trailer. And I'm watching it. I'm like, that looks like one of the merchants from Horizon Zero Dawn. And then there's Aloy. Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I get it.
Robot beasts.
Yeah, again, it's a very pretty game. It's really well done, and I can't wait.
It is real cool to see like this shaman in a cave with like serial cables and stuff hanging from his head from the stuff. From the monsters, the dinosaur, robot animals.
I think that stuff gets answered in the game. So
well, there's a lot of like because of how it's set in. There's a lot of futuristic stuff, and there's a lot of like caveman like stuff because of the way the world's turned.
Right, and they're like afraid of the technology because I know what robots are, and they come around and kill us. So we don't want that shit here.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one. Here's one we can all get excited about. Assassin's Creed Origins. This looks really cool.
Who's getting excited?
Yeah.
What? Maybe it's just
You got
me.
a turd in your pocket?
I think it's just you.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
I've never played them,
Yeah,
Tyler.
Kring's not here.
Okay, all right. Well, this is Assassin's Creed Origins. It appears to take place in Egypt, and
Pretty.
it looks real cool. I haven't cared about the last couple Assassin's Creed games that have come out, but this one looks like
How many
Yeah.
are there?
too many. I honestly
Approximately
don't know.
47.
I think there's
There were
if I had to-
4
if I
main
had to
entries,
guess,
right?
There's
There's like Unity, Brotherhood, Prophecy.
Revelations.
That one I can just say mystical sounding words.
Yeah. There's Revelations, Unity, Brotherhood, the London one, and then a myriad of mobile and offshoot things. Who
spin-offs.
cares? Yeah. So I don't know, plus or minus 9, let's say. This one looks like, just kind of, I don't want to say back to the roots, but it looks, it looks more in the vein of something like 4, which is good. They're showing some really cool like scouting mechanism. You can control this eagle, and like scout
You
around.
just throw your
above.
hat on the eagle and then there you are.
Possess it real quick, and yeah, you gotta collect coins and jump on blocks. I don't know, man. They've been showing like they show some combat gameplay coming up here using a shield and a spear and stuff. It looks cool. It looks cool to me. I don't know.
Some of my dabbling with the Assassin's Creed games, I kind of wish that they didn't have the whole animus and the future and time travel element. I wish it was just straight up, here's ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
And everything's not anything to do with the future.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like it was a little bit of a, I don't know, like a little bit of a burden.
The first game I felt like did it well because that was the first time we were introduced to that whole world.
And then they were super excited to have a new IP.
Yeah. Yep. And they just drove that thing right into the dirt.
Yep.
And I don't know, man. I'm with you. I feel like just give me this kind of stuff. I don't need to know why I'm doing it. I don't need to be told why it's important in present day. Like, I just want to know about the world that you've set up here, and the assassins and the Templars and stuff. So, yeah.
Sorry.
So
I played the first Assassin's Creed game extensively. I can get into this kind of thing. So it's on my radar.
yeah, I guess we'll see. It's not something I'm gonna pre-order or anything, but
Are you sure? Because I think there are 6 different editions of it available. Like 6 different, there's like standard and super edition and double
sure.
super edition and champion edition.
Nope. They burned. I think I've talked about it on the show before. I got burned before on Assassin's Creed 3 pre-order bonuses, and I won't pre-order these games anymore because of it. So they do.
Well,
Ubisoft
What if they run out
is
of copies and you can't get one?
Ubisoft
Yeah.
is notorious
This
for
guarantees
doing.
you a copy day one. Guarantees. Just
They
$5,
are-
man.
Yeah.
$5. That's
yeah,
it.
Yeah, $5 down. That's all you need to do, and you'll secure your level 5 sword of betterness.
I love going into GameStop. They try to rope me into pre-ordering things. I'm just like, no, I don't like anything. I'm not pre-ordering anything.
I don't like
I'm not trying to
anything.
be rude. But
Yeah, don't try to guess
You've had
what I
Destiny
like.
2. You want to guarantee a copy? No, not really. No.
That's all right. Thank you though.
It's their job. I get it.
Yeah, it's not a pretty job, but someone's got to do it. But anyway, yeah, no, I'm gonna keep my eyes on this. It looks fun. Looks like a good one of these, as Brian would say. We'll see. And hey, it's not exclusive to anything, so if it's good, we can all get it. Yeah. Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. Did that do anything for you, Luke?
Yeah, this does things.
Does it, or have you moved on? That's always the question when DLC comes out far after.
Now I'm doubting myself.
Are you gonna, are you
Is
gonna
this
fire up
DLC?
Dishonored 2 in 6 months?
Don't listen to him, Luke.
Here's the thing I don't know. Is this DLC or is this a different standalone game?
I don't know that either, actually.
Because the way they're treating it almost looks like it's a standalone, kind of like what they did with Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Yeah, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Yep.
Yeah, you know, like what could be an expansion, but it is a standalone game. I think that's what they're probably going to do here. So, looks like you play as, Billy?
William.
What's her name?
I thought her name was Megan, but I could be wrong.
You play as one of the people from Dishonored 2.
The lady what has the one eye. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there she is. Having one eye and stuff. I don't know, man. Sure.
I don't know.
It looks fine.
I don't know why you want to kill the outsider. I mean, he gave you really cool powers. Maybe they'll explain that in the game a little bit more.
Here's my prediction.
I guess it's because he's responsible for all the darkness.
Here's my prediction, Luke.
Okay,
I'm just gonna spoil this whole game right now for you.
All right.
There must always be an outsider. So she just becomes a new one at the end. There you go. There you go. Don't have to play it now. I called it right here and now.
Jeez, Tyler.
I wonder. So they showed Dowd here as well. I wonder if you could play as him instead.
I don't know.
Kind of like how they did the Emily Corvo thing.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, if the price is right, I'm not going to spend $60 on it right away. But if it comes out to be like $20 or $30, yeah, I will probably end up picking that up.
Yeah, go back into that world.
Yeah, it's a really good world.
Mm-hmm.
It's got me. So a lot of the 2 DLC for the first one, I think it's just 2. I have them. Couldn't really get into it because, as we discussed before, the game's done. I got my satisfaction out of it. It's hard for me to get back into DLC, but maybe this one, being as completely separate, we'll see. I'll take that gamble.
What about Ashen?
Ashen looks really interesting to me.
Is this the same game that's in development by Face Punch, the Rust guys? Or hold on, I need to find this out because I think
supposed to be like a Dark Souls-ish combat, which, yeah, that's kind of the thing nowadays. We've got
this cartoony Dark Souls.
This is totally different. It's a totally different thing.
It looks like it's a co-op game, and you're, I don't know, got kind of a Tomb Raider jam going on, like you're exploring this big old tomb. I'm not sure about the faceless people. That's kind of weird.
So, in my notes, after watching all these videos, the only note I have for this game is, not enough info. And which, based on all the questions that we're asking with no real answers here, kind of confirms that.
Mm-hmm. Just the look of the trailer is enough for it to be on my radar.
Here's the little blurbs for it. Passive multiplayer. Okay.
What's that even mean?
I think that means, like, I'm guessing it means something similar to games like, what was that one, Brian, that you talk about all the time? Is it Flower or
Journey?
Flower Journey, where it's like the multiplayer kind of happens.
There is a Flower game.
What's that?
Oh, Luke's laughing, but there is a Flower game.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how you were getting Flower out of Journey, but
it's because it's a similar kind of game, I think.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
Okay.
Passive multiplayer, open world, high risk combat, non-linear progression, giant creatures, Xbox One and PC. I like all those things.
So many buzzwords.
Yeah, buzz all my words up. That's fine. I'll take all those.
It's a Dark Souls-like.
Sure. And it doesn't look all crappy and depressing and, dare I say, Japanese, like all the Souls games do. So, there you go.
Different aesthetic, yeah.
I'll take
I'm not
it.
sure I've ever considered Dark Souls to be Japanese looking.
It looks so goddamn Japanese to me.
There's so much. They look Western to me.
Well, I think it's fine. Yep. You're right.
I don't see race.
Luke's talking about the art style. I think Tyler's talking about like the game's visual.
Yep.
Kind of look.
I've tried to explain it before, and I kind of can't. So I just kind of
like the way it controls, kind of like Devil May Cry.
Yeah. Yep. Resident Evil has
saying.
that kind of Resident Evil feel to it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm
the way the
definitely talking
camera's
more
in.
art style.
Right.
cosmetic.
You're right. It's supposed to be a Western thing. It's knights and, castles and stuff, but it just, yeah. Man, I forgot to really get into God of War. It looks so cool.
It looks so amazing. I'm like, you have a son? What?
He's like dragging his son around in a boat and has a big crazy Viking.
Oh God, does he? That first one? Oh my God. We played the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
First
like
one's real good.
the women in bed.
Yeah, it's a little,
wow.
little cringeworthy there.
Yeah.
Thanks, video games.
Yeah, Kratos with a beard, I'm a fan. Give me that all day.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've always been more of a Norse mythology guy instead of a Greek mythology guy or whatever. Yeah, I think it was Greek before.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna have to like take a week over at your house, you guys, when you guys get this game, and I'll just play it with you over there. It'll be fun.
Okay.
Don't worry. Don't mind me. I'll help pick up.
We'll set the PS4 out in the shed for you.
There you go. There you go. Well, anything you think I missed? Anything you want to go over? Again, what's your if you have your one big thing that you're excited about from E3, what would it be?
I did want to mention the Mario versus Rabbids.
Oh Christ!
Weirdness.
Do we need to?
I think we do.
Yeah, can we? Only because I want to know what the hell this is.
Is it even on here? Do I have it?
It looks like a strategic, almost like XCOM kind of.
It looks
game,
like XCOM.
which I like that gameplay. Like the gameplay looks interesting to me. I wish there were fewer rabbits, maybe even no rabbits at all.
No rabbits, please.
Could I?
Mario's got a gun.
I'll throw my eyeball hat in the ring and say no rabbits, please. Yes.
Yeah.
No rabbits.
Yeah.
This isn't going to replace
What a rabbit.
like Smash Brothers or anything, is it?
What?
No, I don't think it's that.
Oh, what a cute Mario game. Oh, what?
They're basically
What?
minions before minions were a thing.
Yeah.
They're just silly and funny and irreverent, and
Oh,
they
that's
bounce
horrid.
around. And
No rabbids.
yeah,
No.
Hey, you know what would make Mario better is if everyone had arm cannons like Mega Man,
Yes.
and also had the Rabbids from Rayman.
No rabbits.
So here's a question: why didn't they just make a Rayman game with all this stuff? Or
Why didn't they make this game without rabbits?
Yeah, or why didn't they just do that?
yeah, I think
Yeah, because the game itself looks cool if it weren't for those silly, weird-looking things.
yeah, this is what Ubisoft and Nintendo partnering.
Yep.
Rabbids are a Ubisoft thing, right?
They are. Yep. I just don't like.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
gameplay
like.
looks
I
good.
don't want
Yeah.
rabbits forced down my throat, you guys. I don't want them in there.
Yeah,
It's the best spot for rabbits.
I'm not looking for
But it
rabbits.
looks like a cute Nintendo game, though. Like, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, there you go, Peach. Kill him.
One of the rabbits just puked up a gun and then shot it.
Ah,
Who's this for? Who was like, who's the guy that was out there? Was like, guys, all I've ever wanted in my whole life was to see the rabbits in a Mario game. Like,
crossover you never asked for.
Yep. Yeah, this looks... Oh.
Kingdom Battle coming August 19th.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pass on this one.
Well, see, I think Skull and Bones looked pretty cool.
We can talk about that real quick. Skull and Bones. I didn't even see this
That
one.
was the pirate game that was all
It's another Ubisoft.
like all CGI. I don't think there's any gameplay in the trailer that I saw.
No, we didn't see any gameplay, so it's just all CGI.
As I find myself saying often during E3, it's pretty. It's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but is there anything more pointless than just showing us either a CGI trailer or
Yeah.
a logo? Like the Metroid Prime 4 thing was real kind of disappointing.
That was the
Oh, hey, it
biggest
exists.
tease ever.
Yep.
Just revealing the existence of it and nothing else.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like the Blizzard videos. Like, the Blizzard videos are beautiful, but they have nothing to do with what the look of the gameplay.
But
At least
very
that tells a
rarely-
story.
but-
I mean, it does.
Well, and we already know what WoW is too. That's,
Yeah.
And very rarely do they release one of those without releasing some kind of gameplay along with it too, though.
Oh,
That's the thing.
absolutely. But
So-
this needs to show gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's why I did a
Itself
hard
doesn't get
pass
bought
on
up by
this one.
Vivendi.
looks like a Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. Cool.
Haven't really been into Wolfenstein at all over the last few games, but this new one looked really, really interesting. Might be something that I pick up on a sale, possibly.
Yeah, Wolfenstein. I heard the last one. I heard New Order was really, really good. So I
Yeah, heard the same.
think it's on sale in their Steam sale right now. The summer sale's going on. Hey, the
Steam.
summer sale's going on, everybody. Get your Steam games.
Yeah, get your Steam games.
Yeah, there's not much that I'm jonesing for that's on a very deep discount. Most of the things I'm after for PC are little $20 indie games that are like $3 off.
And a lot
About
of
a
stuff
couple
you
of
already
soundtracks.
have.
I have a note here for the Metroid Samus Returns. Why is the 3DS still a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, the 3DS is very popular. They have a very large user base, and yeah, I don't know, man. It's a bummer that I have Nintendo's newest, most expensive console, and there are games they are releasing that aren't available on it.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, that's
Release it on both. That should have been easy enough to do.
right.
God,
Exactly.
Fuck Nintendo.
Yeah.
The other one
they
I
won
kind
in
of...
Fractured
three
Butthole
and
looks good.
The other one that caught my attention was Anthem. Looks like it might be going after that Destiny 2 crowd.
Yep. It looks neat. It's another one, like Brian said, looks pretty.
Yeah, it's visually stunning.
It basically
but
shows like a bunch of people going down into a jungle and then running through that jungle to the end and then flying into a thing.
You got to run through the jungle.
Gotta run through the jungle, gotta go into a storm.
You're gonna
It looks
die.
really, really good. I think it could be fun, but
Mans with
not
guns.
completely
sci-fi.
sold.
Well,
But at
the-
least it's gameplay trailer.
it's true. But the thing I can never tell with this kind of stuff is like, is this all open world? Can that guy just land right where he is right now, or does he have to? This is like a sequence, and then that happens every time.
Right, that is a
know?
good question.
Like those are the kind of things that would
Because you just don't know.
right. And they do a really good job in the trailer of like, I think we're gonna need more people for this storm. Let's call in some friends, and then it's like bang, instantly 4 other people are in the party with him and ready to go. And it's like,
It's just like,
okay, is
cool,
it that
you had 4
seamless?
other friends just waiting around?
Yeah, waiting on the
That was-
sidelines.
that was
ready to hop
convenient.
in? Right. So how does that look in real life? Can people just jump in whenever, or is there a lobby thing that you have to go into? That kind of stuff, it can make a difference. But
And
it
the
is
other
impressive.
thing that's hard to judge is this part may look good, but what's the game really like when you're max level and doing end game content? Does that even exist?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? It does look cool. It's very, very pretty. Blowing things up looks good. It looks like a combination of Halo, Gears, and Destiny.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of Xbox's bread and butter in the past. Like those were, kind of games that sold that console, that
You're
platform,
not
that
wrong.
brand. So maybe it'll be
Is
good.
this exclusive to Xbox
And PC.
and PC? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, Brian mentioned Fractured Butthole. The Fractured Butthole. That's, I think, what it's called. Sorry, South Park.
Fractured Butthole.
Yeah. Yep. Looks like more of the same, which isn't a bad thing. Stick of Truth was a fantastic game,
Mhm.
turn-based RPG from
More of the
these
same
guys.
is exactly what I want with this
Yeah.
game.
But it's superheroes. It's the Coon and friends.
Yep.
So
This will be awesome. I'm looking forward to this. It got delayed again, didn't it?
October now,
So.
yeah. Everything's
Is
coming out in
it,
October.
is it even 2017?
I think so. I think it. Who knows? It'll come out when it's ready.
As long as it takes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, guys,
Yes, Google is saying October 17th,
there you
2017.
go.
That's
Everything
good.
comes out that day, apparently. So cool. Well, guys, is there anything else that you want to go over before I shut this thing down?
I ain't gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Atari's making a console.
What?
Hmm I
Did
don't know
they-
anything more than
did
that,
anyone
but
ask them
Atari
to?
is working on a console, which seems like a bad idea to me, but
Cool story, Atari.
All right.
I don't think there's room.
I think if they make a console, it'll be like the what do you
Mobile?
call it? No, I was gonna say like the thing Nintendo did, the
Nintendo,
classic.
the NES Classic.
Yeah, it'll be a TV thing that plugs in and plays stuff.
That's really
Maybe
all
not.
they can do, right?
I think those already exist though. I think
So,
you can already get
they
exactly
do,
that.
so.
We used to sell those at BBY.
There you go.
That's in my department.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. There's so much hype surrounding this.
You're probably right. All right. Well,
Let's sell your Xbox Ones and get the Atari console.
well, that's going to do it for this week, folks. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. You can find the show at questlogcast.com. You can follow us on Twitter to get updates about when we're going to go live and things going on and when the shows are canceled and all that kind of fun stuff. At Questlogcast is where to find us there. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, pretty much anywhere you can find a good old podcast. And yeah, we're back at it. It worked. It was successful.
Yeah,
Yay.
good to be back.
There was much rejoicing.
We'll catch you guys next week.
Yay!
Oh, check out our
Bye,
Heroes of
everyone.
the Storm show. It's called Nexus Frenzy, and episode 2 is coming soon. Now that we're back, so keep an eye out for that.
Catch
That's
you
all
next
I
time.
got. Have a good week. Okay, there we go. It's not stop.
What time do you have to be in tomorrow?
7:30.
Okay.
Well, good job,
All right.
guys. I think that did it.